And the last question I've got lined up for you guys for this week comes from Jamie Holbeach, a very loyal follower of the Star Wars Canon Podcast. Jamie says, "Hey Brian, eagerly looking forward to the podcast's return. One question I've been meaning to ask before the Clone Wars Season 7 is about Darth Bane. You've come to the right place, man. Darth Bane is my favorite EU character, and actually canon character, even though we don't know anything about him yet. When Darth Bane appeared in the Clone Wars, was he a Force ghost or was he something else? Because I thought dark side users can't become Force ghosts, but I've not read all the canon material yet. Thanks in advance." Thanks for the question, Jamie. All right, so there's a little bit to unpack with this. Let's start at the beginning, right back. So Clone Wars came out before Disney did the whole canon wipe, right? That came out in a time where it was the EU was kind of the, I don't want to say canon, because George Lucas never really considered it canon. If he did, the Clone Wars wouldn't have been what they were. But Darth Bane is canon. Yoda knew who he was when he saw his ghost, his vision of it. I think that's all it was a vision. I don't think that was actually Darth Bane's ghost, which ironically, a little trivia fact, he was voiced by Mark Hamill, by the way. Mark Hamill's also Darth Bane. I don't think that was actually the Darth Bane. I don't want to say that it's not possible for a dark side user to come back as a Force ghost, because if you want to look at the old EU, right? You look at the old games like the Dark Forces games. You get to the fourth game in that series, it was Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. At the end of that game, Marco Ragnos comes back as a Force ghost. He was a Sith Lord. He came back. That game was considered canon in the EU. So I'm guessing dark side users could come back. I don't know. You know, even in Knights of the Old Republic, there were times where Sith Lords, ghosts, and spirits would pop up. So I don't know exactly the rules on dark side Force ghosts. As far as the new canon goes, the only people that know how to come back as Force ghosts, the first person to figure out was Qui-Gon Jinn. So Qui-Gon knows, Yoda and Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Luke. Those 5 are the only 5 that know how to come back as a Force ghost that I know of as of now. So what Darth Bane was when he popped up in the Clone Wars, I'm assuming was just a vision from those creatures. I don't even remember what they were called. It was like the last few episodes of Clone Wars in Season 6. It was all Yoda-centric stuff. And he was going on this quest to try to figure out how to retain his immortality or his individuality after becoming one with the Force. Learning how to become Force Ghost. And I think that was just a test. I don't want to say it was actually a Force ghost. Because if it was, that destroys everything we know about everything so far concerning this. So if they come out tomorrow and say that actually was Darth Bane, I'm going to lose my mind. Because even if that wasn't Darth Bane, he's still canon. Yoda knew who he was. He said, "Created the rule of 2, you did." That's my favorite trilogy of EU novels. I've got them on the shelf. I absolutely love that trilogy. If you haven't read it, do yourself a favor. Holy crap. But if they come out and say, yeah, that was actually him, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to die. So it's a good question. And like I said, as of now, the only people who know how to come back are those 5. So we're going to have to wait and see. We might learn something new in Episode 9 when it comes out. The Rise of Skywalker might change everything we know about Force Ghosts. It very well could. I mean, after seeing the way they ended Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and some of the stuff they pulled, I mean, they didn't pull any punches with that movie. By the time some of the references they made, I've got high hopes for Episode 9. I've got high hopes for Episode 9. I think this is going to be I don't want to say it's going to be the best Star Wars movie ever. That's not what I'm saying. I think this is going to be the most epic Star Wars movie we've ever seen. And I think we're going to learn a lot of new stuff in it. And I'm willing to bet, with not pulling any punches, I'm willing to bet you're going to see Yoda again. You're going to see Luke's Force Ghost, obviously. I guarantee you're going to see Obi-Wan, and I'm willing to bet a truckload of money that you're going to see Anakin's Force Ghost. And it's going to be Hayden Christensen. I'm willing to bet a truckload of money on that you're going to see all of them. Every single one of them is going to make an appearance. I don't want to say Qui-Gon, though. Qui-Gon may not make an appearance, but it's definitely going to be the other. It's going to be the 3 and plus Luke, the 3 from the end of Return of the Jedi plus Luke. Guarantee it. So it's a good question, though. Hopefully time will tell, and we'll find out later on down the road.